Alrighty, welcome to the weekend video. This is Enda here. I'm going to kind of keep this short and sweet, and hopefully you enjoy it. This is obviously the weekend Elliott wave update, and I want to go through the markets, see what happened this week, and kind of chime into what may be possible next week within the realms of the current Elliott wave patterns. Now, if that's not an explanation, I don't know what is. Let's move on. Move on. Stop talking. Go. Okay. Here's the. I'm gonna go through the dollar for. Well, I say the dollar, but the dollar crosses. It's mostly the dollar. Let's see where we stand in terms of the dollar. So the dollar is pretty flat, actually. If you look at it in terms of euro dollar, for the last 6 months, 7 months since last November, the dollar has gone nowhere. So we are right back where we were at least 7 months ago. And you could probably go back to, if you really want to, we are trading at the exact same level we were trading at on the 31st of August 2020. That's where we are right now. And if you were looking for, signs that, the dollar is about to collapse, maybe you should look at the trading partners and see where that's standing, and the dollar hasn't done absolutely nothing except meander above and below this kind of oscillation line around 119 for the last 8 months, 9, 10 months, 10 months. Okay, so if that's the case, what what is actually happening here? Okay, they've pumped trillions and trillions of dollars and trillions of euros, and every sort of imaginable currency that you can come up with has been pumped to the hilt, and yet here we are. We're doing absolutely nothing. And if you want to go back even further, we're trading exactly where we were trading in March 2018. So there you go. Add another 2 years onto that. Basically, the euro dollar has gone sideways since 2015. Euro dollar has gone sideways since 2015. And why is that? Well, I think it's because we have this large degree triangle in play here. And I think right now, at this moment, we're coming down in a three-wave pattern in wave D of the triangle. And then we'll go up again for another year in a three-wave pattern in wave E, or 6 months or whatever. Depends on how it goes. So right now, we've crested the top of wave B of D, and we're heading down into wave C of D. So let's pull that apart and see where we're going. There's the 4-hour chart. You can just see the 3 waves down, probably 3 waves up there in B, and then we're working on a 5-wave pattern down in wave C. More to go. A minimum target for wave C would be 117. That's where we break the wave A low. Let's go to the hourly chart here. You can see a 5-wave pattern developing in wave C should trace out 5 waves down, obviously. So we've got wave 1, 2, and then we've got wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, a couple of ways you can count this. You could call this this 5-wave pattern in wave 3 done, or we may still be underway in wave 3. So we could extend further, I'm not against the idea that we could have a further leg down in wave 3 gray there, and then we would correct and fall again to complete wave 3 in green. This might kind of, what you're looking at right here is just a base case scenario. We'll see how it works out after that. That's why we do daily and nightly updates on the website, see where we stand. So if we have got 5 waves down in wave 3 of 3 complete, surely have the acceleration that you would expect within a wave 3 of 3. It's been corrected to the upside so far this week. Possible 3-wave pattern up complete. We will have to see whether wave 4 develops into more complex pattern over the next few trading days. We're just opening pre-market, I think, in the US now, and we're pretty flat. So we will see how a possible wave 5 develops today. If we fall again, we break 118.47, that will suggest that wave 5 of 3 is underway. With the possibility that we could fall all the way into 117 in wave 3, if the price falls towards that lower trend line again. So for next week, we're going to see if we can call wave 4 complete. Maybe it's done already, but we should know by early next week, probably Tuesday. And like I said, if the price falls directly today and we break 118.47 again, then that will suggest that wave 5 is underway. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here's pound dollar. I'm actually tracking the top of wave 4 already in place here. So let's pull that apart. So we possibly have 5 waves complete in wave 4. There's a caveat there because we could be talking about an expanded flat wave 4 here. So, you know, if we just come down and we meet that that previous neckline there at about 136.50, if we meet that and then rally off it again, that will suggest that we have a larger 4th wave, and then we'll head higher in wave 5. So we'll see on that one. Excuse me, I'm yawning in the background here. Okay, so here is a 4-hour chart. There you can see a possible 4th wave triangle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern up into wave 5 green. We did just about hit above the previous wave 3 high, so you know it met the minimum criteria, and now we've fallen off that again. So we've fallen 400 points so far into the lows. So a significant enough decline. I think there's probably more to go, and before we get a large degree wave 1 down complete. So we should move. We should complete 5 waves down, and I would suspect that we would break 136.70 again, that lower end of the triangle there. If we break 136.70 again, that'll probably signal that wave 1 is done. So here we are. This is the hourly count. You can see that again I'm tracking 5 waves down in wave 1. So I've got wave 1, 2. That was a running flat wave 2. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 3. And then we have 3 waves up in wave 4. And we're heading down into wave 5 right now. Falling early this morning. Yet to be decided whether we get. It is possible actually that we have only wave 1 of 5 now completing, and then we head lower into wave 3. So I'd actually watch that declining trend line there today. I'm just going to reorganize this here to show a developing 5-wave pattern. Bear with me. Okay. So you can see what I'm talking about there. I have the previous wave B marked here, so that's 138.60. We got a break of 138.60. That would suggest that best case are odds on then that wave 5 is underway, but we won't get a confirmation of that until we break 137.82. And I would, like I said, we could fall down towards the 136 area to fill that channel and complete wave 1. But for next week, it looks like we've got 5 waves down into the morning lows here, and we've got wave 1 of 5 done. Maybe we'll correct in wave 2 today and fall then early next week in wave 3 of 5. So let's see how that goes. Now, dollar yen, we've still got that upside bias in the trade. So, you know, despite the fact that there is a reasonable alternate count here, which would call this an ABC decline in wave 2. And this would be a B wave high coming in, and then we would decline again in a C wave in wave 2. So long as the upside bias is enforced, then I think we can probably go with the idea that wave 5 of 1 is still underway. So let's see how that goes. Let's pull this apart here. Let's get into the hourly chart. The biggest kind of The biggest, let's say, problem I have with this 4-hour count here is the action that you would expect up into a fifth wave is just it's a little bit how to say it's a little bit less than what you would expect. It's a little bit disappointing so far. We've had no acceleration higher, even though we've had reasonable gaps up and we've had reasonable 5-wave patterns. I've got a few 5-3 patterns building there. We're still, you know, we're still within the realms of that alternate count. So I'm not unaware of that, if that's what you're thinking. Let's get into the hourly count here. Here's the move up off the wave 4 low. So we do have a 5-wave pattern. We can call it both ways. We could go wave 1 and then ABC wave 2, or we could call that wave 1 up into this point and then ABC wave 2. It doesn't really matter how you count that, to be honest, because both I think both are pretty legitimate, to be honest. Okay, so we've got a 1-2 pattern into, let's say, 108.50. Then we've got a 1-2 pattern again, so that's 5 waves up, expanded flat wave 2. And then off that wave 2 low, we've got the possibility of 5 waves up, 3 waves down in wave 1 and 2. And then we've got, again, the possibility of a 1-2 pattern. So if I'm wrong here, then that has to be the one of the most complete series of impulse waves that turns out to be debunked that I'll ever see. We could call that like if it's a B wave up, it could be series of 3-wave patterns. I can't rule that out. So henceforth, why I am just a little bit apprehensive about it. Okay, so anyway, we'll go with the fact that we're possibly accelerating into a third wave here. So we've got wave 1, 2, and then we should go wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In wave 3 of 3 of 3, by the way. If that's the case, then you would suggest that wave 3 in pink there would hit towards the 161 point, or let's call it 162% of wave 1. So that comes in about 112.35. So, there's the potential that we rally out up to above 112, 112.50 area to complete a third wave in wave 3 blue. So I'm still favoring the idea that we're building a series of impulse waves here, but I've got that alt count on the background there. Cannot rule it out until we break out of this kind of grind higher that we've been working in over the last few weeks. Okay, so dollar yen is still on the verge of an acceleration. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so the daily count here of the Dow, you can see that off the March low we've got this large fifth wave possibly in place here. We have not broken to a new high this week in well, actually this month in the Dow, so we've got a pretty significant non-confirmation here between the broader market and this the Dow Jones 30, or the Dow Industrials. I am interested to kind of follow this through, because we could be cresting again here, and we surely have a reasonable, wave count to back that idea up. You can see here that the this was a trend line that I was made aware of by Sven Henrik, so Northman Trader. You can follow him. He's quite an interesting take on things always. So we have this kind of lower, let's say, unbroken trend line as the market rallied off the March lows last year, and even until we got to, that September, October decline. You could use that as a second point. And ever since that October decline last year, um, the market has used this line as a baseline to kind of rally off. So, we've lunged into the line, we've lunged and then fallen into the line, lunged and fallen into the line, you know, rallied and fallen back into this line the whole way until this month, until June 2021. We had the initial decline in off the May top. We had that initial decline in 3 waves up to a lower high. And then in June, we cut through that line, and so far we're still holding back below that line. So as a technical indicator, it's not, nothing is foolproof. But it is interesting to see that the price has broken below that previous trend. And if that holds, then we're, in for one heck of a shock here. The next on the daily count, the initial major support would be about 29,500, and that'd be the previous February highs of last year of 2020. So let's see. No guarantee here, but that is interesting how we've broken that trend. Let's go to 4-hour count, and I'll show you where we are on that. There's that long-term trend line, and that's where we've broken through. It looks like we've got 5 waves down and then 3 waves up to a lower high, and then again another 5 waves down. So there is every possibility that we are building a series of impulse waves, just like you saw on the flip side in the dollar, in dollar yen. So a severe, let's say, waterfall moment in the stock market should transfer to a sharp rally in the dollar. So, in terms of complementary markets, the dollar yen and the stock market are kind of, negative one correlation at the moment. Okay, so a series of 1-2s down in the Dow and a series of 1-2s up in dollar yen. So let's see how that works out. We've sliced down through that rising upper trend or that rising lower trend line, and let's see if we hold below it. The hourly count here is looking at a series of 1-2s. So you got that wave 1, 2. Let's see if we can pull that down. We've got wave 1 down, and then an ABC up in wave 2. Big, long, drawn-out process to a lower high, and then 5 waves down again in a lower degree wave 1, and then possibly 3 waves up again in a lower degree wave 2. So this will be a simple zigzag, I think, and we will probably top out somewhere today in around the 78.6 level. So we're probably going to pop higher again into about 34,500, let's say, and then fall again. With a bit of luck, we'll fall back down into a wave 1-2 scenario to the downside again. So you can see here that's a nice impulsive move, 5-wave pattern, 3-wave down in wave B, and then if this is a zigzag wave 2, then we should complete 5 waves up in wave C. So we've got wave 1, 2, 3, possible 4th wave coming in this morning in the futures, and then on the pre-market, and then up into wave 5 of C of 2 then today. So watch that 34,500 level today, and we'll see if we get any sort of rollover around that area. Okay, let's move on. We've got gold. That's the hourly count. Let's move to the shuffle along my charts here. That's the daily count. You can see that I've been tracking this ABC down in wave 4. Technically you probably call it a WXY into wave 4. I'm still looking at that 1650 area for wave C of 4 to complete, and we've got halfway there so far. So last week we had a pretty sharp move down to begin a C wave, and this week we're kind of consolidating most of the week sideways, so we haven't done much in terms of progressing the pattern. Only we're stuck within some sort of an interim correction within this pattern. So let's see how that works out. We've got 335 possible build up, so we're looking for 5 waves down wave C. So let's go into the 4-hour chart, I'll see where we stand. You can see that A, B, C running flat, wave B, and then we're moving reasonably sharply to the downside again this week, or sorry, last week. Consolidation this week is viewed as wave 4, so we've got a large wave 3 of C yet to complete. So we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracing out in wave 3 of C. It looks like, if this pattern is correct in the short term, it looks like we'll probably we'll dive towards that 1700 level to complete wave 3. Then we'll correct higher again in wave 4. So it'll be a net zero action over the next couple of weeks as we get a series of third and fourth waves out of the way. And then we should plunge again in wave 5 of C. And when that happens, then you should get your pocketbooks out, because the low of wave C, if we start hitting that kind of 1650 area, that's where I will be getting I'll start shouting that it's time to jump into gold again. I'm not there. I've been out of gold for a good while now, since all of this corrective action has been going, and I've been waiting for that kind of lower low to come in. So let's see how wave C develops next week. So looks like we've got wave 3 of C yet to complete, and then we should head higher again in wave 4. And again, I want to see that kind of 1850 level hold as wave 3 and 4 complete. Okay, today the short-term chart not doing much in the early trade. It looks like we're just consolidating sideways, so maybe we have a 1-2 pattern before we head down into wave 3 of 5 later today. Let's see how that goes. If we get a break of 1760 again, that will suggest that wave 5 is underway. So let's hope we get that today. That'll be a pretty interesting chart to be looking at tonight. So for the moment, we have a candidate for a wave 4 high at 1794. Let's see if that holds. And we move down again into wave 5. Okay, crude oil, 4-hour count in crude oil. You can see we've kind of we've flirted with this upper trend line of this expanding wedge here in wave 5 green. So we've got wave 4 triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 5 green. We're still riding along that upper, say that 50 period MA on the 4-hour count, and we haven't broken anywhere near, or we haven't even challenged it. Well, we haven't even challenged this, let's say, since early May. So, I want to see that MA break. Let's say a wave 1 down should bring us back down towards the 200 MA again, towards 66 or 67. Okay, we still have that serious divergence on the 4-hour count in place, rolling over again in terms of MACD. You can see there on small MACD chart here, this is an amalgamation of RSI and MACD. So we're cresting again in both RSI and MACD, and we're making new highs in wave 5. So pretty typical for a fifth wave to see a momentum divergence like that. And we seem here on the hourly count, I'm looking at wave an exploded version of wave 5 of C of 5. So wave 5 in blue here should trace out 3 waves up, and that's ABC in green. And wave C should trace out 5 waves up, and that's the 5 waves you see broken apart in gray there. So within wave 5 of C, we have a possible developing 5-wave pattern. So we could have wave 1, 2, and then an extension in wave 3. So that's wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, possible triangle there. And then we have a clear 3-wave decline in wave 4, and moving higher today. Well, the overnight trade was corrected to a higher low. So it's very possible that we have wave 5 of 5 underway now. So let's see how that goes next week. Close out 5 waves and see if we can fall again. to build a pattern to the downside again. We got a very, this is the S&P 4-hour, we got a very slight new high this week, which is disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. Let's just kind of shuffle this across here, make some space. Still all viewed within the or through the prism of a fifth wave here in wave 5 green. So this move up off wave 4 still viewed as a fifth wave. So that's I think the best case scenario here, or the best fifth pattern, is an ending diagonal for wave 5. It's not a very traditional, let's say, form to it right now, but we do have the series of threes. So let's get in there. And you can see here on wave 5 gray, we've got an ABC up in 1. We've got ABC down in 2. We've got an ABC up in 3. We've got an ABC down in 4. And now we should be coming to a halt pretty soon with an ABC up in wave 5. We've got a couple of fib targets there. We've got a pretty tight band here. Wave 5 in pink will reach equality with wave 1 in pink at 42.84. And if we get the wave 1 length and we project it off the wave 2 low, the 162% extension of that comes in at 43.02. So we've got a band here between 42.84 and 43.02. So 20 points there of a margin to see if we can close out 3 waves up in wave 5. And when that does, if we touch that upper trend line again, then I think we could probably look for a pretty sharp reversal lower again, something akin to what happened probably back in May, which came in at, hold on now, 42.40. It's about 280 points. So, akin to 300-point decline. That would be a reasonable first stab at a bear market. So we'll see how that goes. The ending diagonal stands until it doesn't. So we're approaching that upper trend line. I am reasonably confident that we will get an impulsive decline off that upper trend line. So we'll see how that goes early next week. So let's move on. I should count how many times I say "so" in a video. Forgive me. It's just part of the mix, I suppose. Okay, so here is silver tracking a decline again in a C wave. Excuse me, and I'll just get these labels away. A decline in a C wave. We had a reasonable acceleration lower last week, and we've got a consolidation today. So looking at a possible third of a third here again in wave C, hourly. You can see wave 3 of wave C bottomed out at 25.50, and then we seem to be just moving sideways since that, basically. I'm looking at a possible flat correction higher in wave 4, although this could develop into a triangle as well. I don't know. If it's a fourth wave, it'll be corrective. We have the guts of a correction already complete, so we've got 3 waves up complete. I have to see if this develops into 3 waves down in wave B, and then we move higher again in wave C. But overall, the minimum target for wave 4 we have let's say a target band there between the previous fourth wave high and this A wave high here. So between 26.28 and 26.50 to complete wave C of 4. And if we do that, then we should look lower again in wave 5. Okay, so let's move on. See, we'll touch on Bitcoin this week. Bitcoin seems to have triggered the bearish view, and maybe even on the verge of accelerating lower again. But the idea that I was working with a previous fourth wave triangle and a failed lower low in wave 5. and then working on some sort of a pattern to the upside. But I don't think for now that we are done yet. It looks like this 5-wave pattern lower may extend even further. Now, there is a real possibility that we are actually, bear with me here while I show you something. Now, you can, off the all-time high, you can count 3 waves down, and that could be an A wave. And if that is an A wave, then we had a corrective sideways kind of pattern in wave B, so that should be 3 waves. So you could probably go wave A, and A, B, C, wave B, and then A, B, C up in wave C. So maybe 3 waves up in wave B, and we could be looking at 5 waves lower again in wave C. If that's the case, and we do push towards that kind of alternate view, I would be looking for an equality between wave A and wave C, and that'll probably bring us down to below 5,000 again. If that's the case, it sure looks like we've got a 1-2 pattern beginning a possible wave C. That I think should raise some eyebrows, and if that's the case, then I think if we push down towards that, if we break 5,000 again in this market in Bitcoin, I think you'll probably never hear about cryptocurrencies ever again. Anyway, especially if the dollar is going to punch a real hole in the sky as we move up higher, as I suggested in dollar yen. But we'll see how that goes. If you go to the daily count, this is kind of what I have been working on for a good while. Is a 3-wave decline off the high, 3 waves down, and it could be wave C of B. So again, you would probably look towards that 5 to 3,000 area to complete wave C. We'll see how it goes. It definitely looks like that we've got something significant completing here or underway here. Here's the hourly count. You could have 5 waves down complete. So this isn't the alternate count is that large ABC pattern. Still working on the idea that we could have 5 waves down underway, and this could be wave 1 and 2 of 5, maybe even complete already. So this is possible wave 1 and 2. Maybe we're moving lower into wave 3 again. If that's the case, then we should probably in wave 3 we'll break 20,000. And well, I'm not going to say how low can you go, but we'll see how it develops. Maybe 3 waves up, complete in wave 2. Maybe we're going to head down into wave 3. There's a lot of maybes there. We just have to track it each day, and that's why again we do the nightly charts. Okay, so if you want to follow nightly Bitcoin charts, jump onto the website. I'll just jump into the Nasdaq, I think, for a second. Here's the main operating count. I know we broke to a new high in the Nasdaq, but here's the main operating count on the Nasdaq at the moment. Wave 5 blue, and within wave 5 blue we have wave 1, 2 in green. We have an extension in wave 3, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in wave 3. We've got 3 waves down in wave 4, and then we're extending again in wave 5 of 5. So we've got wave 1, 2, and then wave 3 has extended again. So we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 3. Correction in wave 4. Final pop in wave 5. Look towards 14,500 again, and then we can call an end to this bubble. Okay, that's that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take a look at the screen there. You all know at this stage that I'm a Bible thumping Christian. I follow the King. Other people follow men in the world. I don't. This world is coming to an end. Get right with God. That's how you do it there on the screen. I'm just going to be blunt about that. Hope you have a great weekend. God bless you all. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the flip side. And everybody on the website, I'll see you tonight. I won't see you, but I'll be writing tonight and you'll be there. And we'll be looking at the trade today and see how it goes. And we'll kind of chew it up. And for everybody who's interested, get on to bullwaves.org, check out the membership levels, and there's only one membership level. Check it out, and you will get my nightly music. Okay. God bless, guys. Be good. Follow the King, and we'll see you in heaven. Bye-bye.